Welcome back to From Seed to Plate. On my channel, I make videos about planting edible plants and then using them to cook nice food. Today, we will be growing blueberries from a blueberry starter. Before we get started, one thing you should all know is that blueberries can take years to fruit. No plant becomes mature in a day, but if you put in the effort, time, and care into caring for your plants, then one day they do fruit and all of the waiting is worth it. You will need a big pot, some potting soil, some dead leaves, and a blueberry starter. To start, fill your pot up with about 2 inches of dead leaves. After this, depot your blueberry starter and place it into the big pot. Try to pack it in somewhat. Once you've done this, fill up your pot more with potting soil. Don't bury your blueberry starter, but instead give it enough soil to accommodate for future growth and for the bigger pot. You should plant these in late April or early May. These plants need a lot of sun, so plant them where they can receive 6 or more hours of sun a day. Water these often, and aim to keep the soil always moist but never saturated with water. Over the years, blueberry bushes will also need to be pruned. Every winter, cut away the dead or really weak branches. Blueberries will start having fruit about 1 year after being planted, but the harvest will be poor. 5 years after being planted, the harvest will be greater, and they will reach full size 8 to 10 years after being planted. If the bush is getting too big, it's recommended to move it to a bigger pot or simply plant it in the dirt if possible. This is what a mature blueberry bush looks like. You will see many ripe blueberries all over the bush. Ripe blueberries will be blackish blue and will be firm. The more red the blueberry is, the less ripe it is. Pick these off the bush to harvest them. A recipe you can make with blueberries is blueberry scones. The recipe is a really nice dessert for after dinner, but it also works as a breakfast item or a midday snack. This recipe is from the blog Love and Lemons, written by Jeanine Donofrito. The ingredients you will need are 2 spoon cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of cane sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of frozen unsalted butter, 1.5 cups of blueberries, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and some extra to brush the scones with, 1 large egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. The tools you will need are measuring cups, a baking sheet, parchment paper, a cheese grater, multiple bowls, a whisk, a rubber spatula, a rolling pin, a cooking brush, and a wire rack. First, line your baking sheet with parchment paper. Then, in a large bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. In a small bowl, grate the frozen butter on the biggest holes of the cheese grater. This part is hard, and it can be a bit dangerous, so don't grate all the butter if that's safer for you. An alternative is to cut the butter up very thinly with a knife instead. Add this butter to the flour mixture. Toss it together with your hands until it looks like a coarse meal. Add the blueberries in and mix it together with your hands. In a medium bowl, mix together the buttermilk, the vanilla extract, and the egg. Pour in your flour mixture that you just made and mix it with your spatula until a bit of a dough forms. Knead with your hands until everything else is mixed. If your dough is too dry, add more buttermilk. If it's too sticky, add more flour. Form your dough into a ball. Lightly flour the surface of where you want to roll out your dough. Roll out the dough until it's a circle that is 1 inch thick. Slice the dough into 8 triangles. Place your scones in the freezer for 15 minutes. At this time, heat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Take your scones out of the freezer and brush them with buttermilk. Place the scones into the oven for 18 to 27 minutes. You want them to be golden brownish on the top before you take them out. Transfer your cooked scones onto a wire rack to let them cool. Nice work! I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I really like these scones because the sweet dough tastes great with the acidic blueberries. I also like cutting them open and putting butter on the inside. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I also have an Instagram, which you can find in my channel bio. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.